What is going on, guys? It's Banana Cheese here from the Big Brain Brawl Boys, and little did you guys know, I'm actually a soccer player, so I'm going to be giving you guys my Brawl Ball tier list. So in soccer 3v3s, which I do often at practice when we are scrimmaging, is what you want to have is you want to have a triangle formation, which Brawl Stars players actually do have. In this triangle, you can have like one person on offense and two on defense, or vice versa, which is usually what happens in Brawl Stars. Things I'll be taking into consideration are how versatile the brawlers are, like if they can move around and switch positions well, how fast they are, their offensive potential, their control, and their defense potential. And without further ado, let's get in the video, because I don't want to make this video too long. Starting in the F tier, we have 8-Bit as the worst brawler in Brawl Ball because he is used in the mid, isn't versatile at all, and it's really hard to gain control with him because it's hard to hit your shots and it's hard to dodge them, so that is why he is the worst in the mode. At 37, we have Bull, who is the worst lane in the game. He isn't versatile at all and only works in a Poco double tank comp. He has no offensive potential because his super really doesn't help him score, and his defensive potential isn't that good because of his weak range. So that is why he is 37. Okay guys, so now on to the D tier. Coming at 36, we have Penny. Penny is one of the worst mids. She can get some control with her cannon, but to begin the game, she does low damage, has low health, and it's hard to hit shots with her, so you'll almost always lose the ball at the start of the match or after each goal is scored, and she's just really weak. Coming at 35, we have Tick. Tick has really low health, so it is easy to take him out. He's good on a couple maps, but has like no defensive potential and almost no offensive potential at all. Coming at 34, we have Dynamite. Now, Dynamite's just basically a better version of Tick. He has some offensive potential with his super, destroying walls, and it's easier to hit shots with him, but he can't play mid, which is his biggest issue. Because like his weak range is his biggest issue. Coming at 33, we have Colt. Now, Colt has some offensive potential with his super. You can shoot at a post and super the post. You can break walls, and he has some defensive potential. The reason why he's this low is because it's hard to win a lane with him. He has almost no control, and he's more of a defensive pick, and he's a weak one at that. Coming at 32, we have Crow. Now, Crow is it's pretty hard to win a lane with him. You can push brawlers back, to begin with, but they're just going to come back and kill you. So Crow is just really weak. He has almost no offensive potential, but you can pop a gadget to walk it in, but you only get 2 gadget uses, and on defense, he doesn't really have any defensive potential. Coming at 31, we have Brock. Now, this you guys are probably surprised about, but there's so many better options than Brock. Like, on the few maps he's good on, there's better options, and it's really hard to win a lane with him, like on almost every single map. And he has like no defensive potential. I mean, he can 3-tap some brawlers, but often he's not going to really do anything. His gadget can provide some offensive potential and defensive potential, but there just aren't enough gadgets to go around and carry him. Coming at number 30, we have Leon, and after the buff, it is easier to win a lane with him, but he's a close-range brawler with no health, and let's just say that doesn't work out too well for him. At number 29, we have Nani. Nani is now a much better mid after the shot rework, but there's still much better options. Nani has little offensive potential. You might be able to pop a gadget play, but that's almost never going to happen. And she does have some defensive potential, but she has really high skill cap, so for most people, you're going to want to play a different brawler aside from Nani. Okay guys, so now on to the C tier. At the bottom of the C tier, we have BB, and it's just a meta issue. BB has great speed, great offensive potential with the super, and has some great defensive potential with the knockback. It's mainly just a meta issue, and also it's not the best defensive potential, because if you knock someone off the ball, they can often get it back and score. But it's mainly just a meta issue, and I can see BB being really strong in this mode in the future. At number 27, we have Shelly, and Shelly is just trash. There are so many better options. She doesn't synergize with many great brawlers in the mode, She has a high offensive potential and can be used well on defense, but there are much better defensive brawlers, and overall Shelly just isn't too strong. At 26 we have Rosa, and Rosa can only really work in a Poke double tank comp higher up on ladder, and there are much better options in the Poke double tank comp. She has some defensive potential, some offensive potential, but overall she's just not meta, and I am taking that into consideration as well. At number 25, we have Sprout, and after the overgrowth nerf, he is just much more weak as a mid. He has no defense potential other than the wall, so I guess he has some. And on offense, he is solid, but overall, the nerf just hit him hard, and he's not really meta anymore. Coming at 24, we have Spike, who is probably the most overrated brawler in the mode. Spike is a really defensive pick, but with no offensive potential. But overall, Spike has low health and is easy to take out. So if you take out Spike, it's free goals for the other team. So that is why Spike is really weak. Coming at number 23, we have Daryl. Now, Daryl is good in a Poke double tank comp, but that's about it. He has some offensive potential with the roll. He is good on defense, but it's really hard to win a lane with him, and that is his main issue. A good Daryl can make him work, but mostly you don't want to be playing Daryl in this mode. Coming at number 22, we have Nita, and Nita is really solid against tanks, but that is the issue. Tanks aren't really meta anymore. She has defensive potential and offensive potential with Bruce. Bruce really helps her get control. She doesn't have too much trouble winning a lane, but there just aren't enough gadgets to help her out on defense or make offensive plays happen. So that is Nita's main downfall, but overall she's pretty good, and I can see her becoming meta in Brawl Ball again. Coming at number 21, we have Rico, and now Rico is really underrated. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if he is or not, but I don't think people like him too much. He has high offensive potential because you can bounce shots into the enemy spawn zone and fire at those choke points, making it easy to charge his super. It's easy to chain his super. He's really good at winning a lane and has some defensive potential, but overall he doesn't really synergize with too many brawlers, and he gets outdone by some of the better brawlers in the mode, so that is why he's not higher up. And at the top of the C tier, at number 20, we have Piper. Piper is one of the best mids on certain maps, but that is her issue. She is not good on all the maps. She has some defensive potential with her first gadget, which is what I would recommend you guys use in Brawl. She has some offensive potential with being able to break walls and take out enemies easily, setting up your teammates for success. But overall, Piper's just not too good because there aren't enough good maps for her. Now on to the B tier. This is where we start to get into some of the better brawlers. Coming at number 19, we have Jessie. Jessie is really underrated. She is actually a really good mid. Her spawn trapping ability is insane with Scrappy, and you can just keep chaining the, well, I mean not chaining, but you can keep getting the super back over and over again if you use it right. So you'll be able to have a super for like the whole entire game. Like Scrappy will be up the whole entire time. Her spawn trap is nice. She can, like against other mids, her low damage isn't too much of an issue because of their low health. So that is why Jessie is number 19. If you play her with some defensive lanes, she can do really well. At number 18, we have Jackie. Jackie is still really strong, even though the gadget nerfed. Even though the gadget got nerfed, she still has some offensive potential, great defensive potential with her good gadget. Good super, and good damage, and it's not too hard to win a lane with her. So that is why Jackie is number 18. At number 17, we have Jean. Now, Jean is still a solid mid with the great range, but Jean relies too much on his pull and gadget to help him out on offense, and like the gadget helps him out on defense. And there aren't quite enough like gadgets and supers to go around to completely carry him. At number 16, we have Barley. Now, Barley is really strong on the lane. His gadget can help him win a lane, and overall he's just good on the lane. He can use walls to his advantage. On defense, he can pop a gadget, which gives him some defensive potential, and on offense, he can fire at the choke points and over walls, which really helps him set his teammates up for success on offense. At number 15, we have the Creature of the Night. He is really strong on the lane if he has a good matchup. He has some defensive potential, because he does some solid damage against brawlers like Mr. P. He can take them out, and they are meta. And on offense, he has insane offense potential. He can make almost anything happen. So that is why the creature of the night is at number 15. At number 14, we have Frank, who is really strong. He is versatile. He can play the mid, like he can rotate into the mid, and can play lane, which is what you want to be doing for the most part. His stun gives him insane offense potential, plus his insanely high health. On defense, he can get those stuns and does good damage regardless. So he has defense potential, control with the wide shot range, and wide shot like radius, and good shot range. So that is why he is the top of the B tier. On to the A tier, guys. I gotta go quick now. So Sandy is at 13 because of her low damage. She can win a lane well and can 3-tap a lot of brawlers, but has no defense potential or offensive potential, but her control and versatility is what gives her this ranking. At number 12, we have Carl. Carl is pretty overrated, but he doesn't have too much trouble winning a lane because he can bounce his shots off walls, and he has decent range, and he's basically similar to Sandy. At number 11, we have Primo, who's super underrated. You can win a lane with him almost every time if you play him right and use your gadgets. He has great defensive potential with the super and the gadgets, and on offense, with his high health, super, and gadgets, he can make almost anything happen. So Primo is your best option in a Poco double tank comp. At number 10, we have B. Now B is super strong on defense because of her gadget and super. She is more of a defensive / control pick and is really good at it. She is like a much better version of Spike in this mode. Coming at number 9, we have Poco. Now Poco, the king of Poco double tank comps, obviously, and that is one of the strongest comps in the game. So that is why Poco is number 9. At number 8, we have Pam. Now Pam is super underrated. Her turret is insane at getting control and and it helps advance your team up the map, which is why Pam gets the spot she deserves at number 8. She also has some great defensive potential. So yeah. At number 7, we have Ems, and Ems is not the best in the trophy road, but she's still super strong. Her gadget gives her great defensive potential. Winning a lane is insanely easy. She's really versatile and can play the mid on a lot of maps. And in terms of offense, if you pair her up with, say, like a Jackie, then she'll do great. That is why she synergized with Jackie so well. Okay, guys, so coming at number 6, and the top of the trophy road is Bo. His new gadget is ridiculously broken. He already had great defense potential with his nice attack damage. He is super versatile and can play the mid and the lane and can gain control really well. And on offense, he can spawn trap really well with his super, and his new gadget really helps with that, and wall breaking, and he has decent health. So his offensive potential, mid control, and defensive potential are all really high, and he is versatile. Okay, guys, so now the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the S tier. So coming at number 5 is Tara. She is really the meta. With all the best Brawl brawlers having low health, she can 3-tap all of them. Meaning she has insane defensive potential, can almost always win a lane, can be used on as a mid on some maps, meaning she is versatile, and her offensive potential is ridiculous with the super. So that is why Tara is number 5 on the S tier. Coming at number 4, we have Max, and Max is the best lane in Brawl. You'll always win a lane with him if you play him right. He has solid defensive potential with his fast unload and 4 attacks and nice damage. And on offense, he has ridiculous offensive potential. You can probably make a gadget play happen, but mainly his super. And getting control with him, as I've said before, is really easy. At number 3, we have Surge Protector, and you guys are probably pretty surprised, but he's only an S tier brawler once you get him to level 4, and there are ways to counter him. So that is why he just isn't number 1. At number 2, we have Mr. P, who is the best mid in Brawl. He is really strong in control, and offense is the best defense, guys, so I have to put him at number 2. And number 1 is Gil. His super is insane on defense, insane at winning a lane, insane on offense, easy to charge. He has great damage now. There's just nothing wrong with Gil. Insanely high offensive potential. Defense, he'll almost always kill anybody, and winning lane with him is easy, but he can also play mid really well, so that is why Gil is number 1.